I'm hot.
This is why I'm hot. This is why I'm hot.
I am so hot. This temperature don't make no darn sense out here. But for those of you that don't know, I'm Courtney. Where are you?
Oh. I am hot too. But I'm Sean. What's up, y'all?
Grand time. What's going on? Daryl Paulette, Spirits of Clover Hill in the historic Appomattox County Jail. If you guys haven't investigated it, hit him up. Badlands Paranormal. Robin and I survived meeting Annabelle. We live, baby. Well, I'm glad you survived. We also have met her beautiful self. And if I could bring her home or she needs adoption, I would 10 out of 10 take her. It's my confession today.
Sorry, y'all. I got to share it out. In that 10-second clip, I can't ever get my phone to work. So I'll be trying to share this stuff out and can't do it fast enough. So that's why y'all catch me at the beginning of the show looking down all the time. But what's up, grand time?
Paul Fowler, North Carolina.
Hey, Paul, this hat right here is representing North Carolina. I know y'all probably ain't used to seeing this weird looking hat. But this hat is for the North Carolina folks.
Mama D in the house.
This hat's representing NC.
Badlands, you're our favorite people.
Badlands, my brother Cody and his lovely lady Robin. What's up, my peoples?
Becky Paulette, also the other better half of Daryl.
Becky, I need some of that pecan pie.
I am not nuts, Badlands. I would. I think she is so adorable.
Pecan pie, Becky.
Yes.
Shout out to my mother. You know, I got to give my mom a big shout out.
Mama.
My mom's been hitting up our store and ordering like everything. You know, she's been our biggest supporter. I started making these products. I shouldn't say we, Courtney and I, started making like these products. And mom's just supposed to have been testing them, but she started buying all of them. So if y'all hit that QR code up there, you can see what we've been making. And,
yes.
You know, Mom, I will say I appreciate you not only asking me to give you the products.
Mama, I love you.
Mom has not just asked me to give them to her, but Mom's actually hit the stuff up and bought all the products. So, Mom, I appreciate you believing in me. Thank you.
Yes. Verona Ghosts. What's going on? Michelle Wilfong with the Haunted Apartment. Good evening. Good evening.
But I will say Cody and Robin has bought our products too. So I don't want to leave y'all out either.
Ronnie Anderson brought our products.
Ronnie Anderson, Becky.
Almost everybody at EnigmaCon. So yeah. Shout out to everybody who's purchased.
We got a great pair of family up in here.
You guys are the bomb.
Yeah.
Verona said I want some banana pudding. Guys, let me tell you something. This is not paranormal related. I had my whole Southern card pulled the other day.
Yeah, you will.
No, you don't even know why. I didn't even tell you this.
I know why.
I did not know.
I was there.
Why?
Because we were at the table with all those fancy people at the dinner.
No.
Yeah.
I had this is not unrelated.
Oh, okay. Then I don't know.
You don't know because it was at work, guys.
Oh, I thought it was because when we went to the dinner and I had the banana pudding.
No, not at all. Okay, so banana pudding. Guys, I have been making banana pudding forever and found out on Monday I'm making it wrong. Like all wrong. And that really upset me. I did not know that on top of the milk that you add to the instant pudding mix, you're supposed to add a can of condensed milk. And then you're supposed to fold Cool Whip into it. I layer mine.
Who told you this?
Dude, different ways to make banana pudding, cooked or uncooked.
But who told you that?
A bunch of people at work.
You should have asked where each one of them where they from.
Each one of them at work.
Ask them where they're from next time.
South. Okay. So Magnolia style. That's what they asked me. Do you make it Magnolia style or do you do a Southern style? Southern style is a baked custard with egg yolks and some more stuff. But Magnolia style adds the sweetened condensed
All
milk.
I'm saying is.
But anyway, that's unrelated. Becky's going to bring you a pie on Friday, maybe. Amy, hello. Brian Elder, hello.
My man Brian. Damn, I was supposed to call Brian.
Robert White.
You were supposed to remind me to call
Good morning.
Brian.
I did forget. We had a busy day, guys.
We did.
Yes, we're going to bring you some Florida water. You ain't supposed to use instant pudding. You're supposed to make it from scratch. Now that's Southern style, or you can do Magnolia style. There's
Bam,
two different
Verona.
ways.
Say it louder for the people at her job.
So, well, no, the people at my job were saying if you do it Magnolia style. I did not know about the condensed milk.
Well, we from the Magnolia.
Anyway, I can dig some nutmeg. Yep, psychic medium Rhonda Harris, Ronnie Anderson,
Hello, Rhonda.
Bedford, paranormal. Chad, I'm trying to tell you, I'm
Ronnie's
actually getting ready to make banana bread because I noticed my bananas are bad.
Yeah, I was about to eat one, and that thing.
I threw that one away. But
it was like liquid.
Yes. The way you do it, it's best. Layered. That's how I do mine, is layered. And I use Nilla. You have to use Nilla wafers. You can't use them little square chessmen. That's weird. I make the way I like it. That's what counts. Yes. A band doesn't care. They destroy banana pudding. That's true.
Facts. Depends on if it's before or after the show, Brian. And you know what I'm talking about.
But, guys.
And I believe she's got to be over 30 to make it. At least over 30. I'd say 35. She got to be 40. At least 40.
So old women make it better?
Look, I'll tell on myself.
Yeah.
I'm a cougar chaser, y'all.
Lord.
Every woman I ever dated was older than me. Every one of them. Every single woman I've ever dated was older than me for a reason.
Because we cook?
Damn. I've been a big dude. Even when I was in the military, I was a big guy. Big dude all my life. The weight of my heart is to cook, baby. You got to be able to cook.
All right, guys, we're going to hop right on into this because I got a bunch of y'all folks waiting to see what we're talking about tonight. Tonight, we are talking, and did I spell that wrong?
What is it?
Sensitives.
Where's it at?
Up here. Why does that look wrong?
Because it's little.
It's little. Sensitives and empaths, guys. We talked about this a little bit last week. We had a little discussion about it, but I'm going to do my spiel. I'm going to tap in Sean. You guys know I hit you with all the facts. Sean hits you with the matter of opinion and always loves to play devil's advocate. And that's how we're going to roll this
Sometimes
show.
I agree.
So we shall see. Because, is it, okay, all right, grand time, I think it looks weird. But I'm glad. Thank you. Because
grand time going to tell you.
Yes. I am looking at it going, why
I miss grand
is that
time.
random E there?
I really do. I miss grand time.
Guys, what is the difference? Let me know before I get started. Let me know in the comments your opinion of what the difference between an empath and a highly sensitive person is.
Why is this bottle of bourbon still sitting here? It's been sitting here for like 2 weeks.
Let's drink it.
Those of y'all who think I'm a drinker, it's still got the seal on it, y'all.
Sealed. But yeah, let me know in the comments what your opinion is, the difference between an empath and a highly sensitive person, otherwise known as an HSP. Okay? I'm going to go ahead and hit you guys with the facts, but I also want to know your guys' opinions too.
This is my least favorite word.
In the paranormal world, and the reason I'm saying that, in the paranormal world, a HSP, highly sensitive person, is highly attuned to their environment. They react strongly to subtle physical and emotional stimuli. An empath takes this a step further. They don't just observe these unseen energies. They act like a psychic sponge. They physically absorb and internalize emotions of spirits and the paranormal environment. Okay. So this would be how to tell in the paranormal world if you are a highly sensitive person or an empath. Okay. Highly sensitive people process environmental cues, sounds, sights, and energy really deep. Okay. They act like an emotional observer. They feel the eerie shift in a room. They may get a strong gut feeling, but they maintain a boundary between themselves and the energy. They never let that energy in. All right. They are more easily overwhelmed by sensory details, cold spots, strange smells, loud, unexplained noises that other people may not hear or they do hear. An empath, however, actively absorbs the energy, distress, or joy of a paranormal presence into their own bodies. Okay. If a spirit is lingering with unfinished business, an empath may literally feel the spirit's physical pain or emotional trauma as if it were their own. How many times have we been, or have you been rather, in a house where maybe a tragedy struck, or there is a deeply emotional connection to or maybe not connections the right word, but something deeply emotional happened in that location. And let's say I'm gonna utilize Gettysburg. It's one of my favorite places, guys. All right. How many of you guys in the comments have stood in the middle of the battlefield and literally had like a weird ache on your side, as though like a stabbing pain, or your chest suddenly starts hurting and you kind of grab your chest like, what the heck just happened? Almost like you're feeling that energy. Let's see really quick. Howie said simple one picks up emotion and the other one picks up energy. Leave it to Howie. Kim Brady, spirit. Are you tipping your hat to Howie?
I was tipping my hat to Howie. I didn't want to interrupt you talking.
No, you're good. I was waiting for you to do like a whole like dramatic. Kim
well,
Brady.
I gave him the Civil War salute and I tipped my hat to him.
Robert White. Empath feels what others do. Sensitive just picks up on places. Okay. Verona. A sensitive picks up on everybody's energy and emotions, and an empath picks up and absorbs. Sean, you're cracking me up.
That's why I started smiling.
Deborah said she is a sensitive. Okay. So, again, an empath, they'll experience intuitive hits. Most of the time, they're categorized as a clairvoyant. They're deeply spiritual connections with the unseen world. But the core differences are this, guys, okay? Highly sensitive person is rooted in scientifically documented psychological traits. All right. Whereas an empath is deeply embedded in metaphysical, spiritual, and intuitive traditions. I feel like I have to sneeze.
Oh, let it out. Come on.
No.
It's going to be 5 of them.
Stop.
Come on. Get it out. One.
Shh. All right, I'm done.
Oh.
All right. That was all on live. All right, guys. Sean trolls my sneezing issues.
I'm an empath. I was,
you were not feeling my...
I was feeling it. I was helping you through this.
Oh, my God. I don't know what just happened. All right, so boundary status. A highly sensitive person keeps a psychological and emotional boundary. They just sit back and observe. Empaths completely blur the boundaries lines. They take on physical and emotional feelings of others. From paranormal reception, a highly sensitive person registers the presence of a ghost. They let you know, hey, I feel like there's a shift. But an empath actually takes on the residue or specific emotion of the entity in that said space. Now, because of these overlapping yet distinct traits, both groups often need dedicated downtime, more so than, say, somebody who's not considered a highly sensitive or an empath, to recover from environmental experiences, especially super active locations. There are ways to manage boundaries, protect your energy, etc. That's a story for another day, or you can click on the QR code and utilize some of our stuff.
Why can't I reach it?
What is going on?
I was pointing to the QR code.
Gotcha. Okay.
I got a navigate here.
Everybody has pretty much some traits of either being an empath or a highly sensitive person.
All of it.
So I've had a lot of people come to me and say, how do I know And what do I do if I find out? Okay. I found an article, guys, written by this young lady named Cassie. She is a spiritual mentor. She practices like earth-based practices, magic, things like that. Okay. I read the article and I thought it was pretty interesting. I can click the link or put the link rather in the comments so you guys can read it on your own. But if you were ever told growing up over and over that you're just too sensitive, you might actually be an empath. Or you could be a highly sensitive person, or you could be both. So it's often deemed a lot of the times as bad or undesirable personality trait, but that's not true. Okay. Being empathetic is actually a trait that a lot of us people lack in everyday life. We really do lack that. Let me see. Hold on one second. I'm going to catch up here. Andrew, hi. Thanks for popping in. Deborah says, I will leave a location as soon as energy shifts dark and I get overwhelmed. I'm out. James said, I'm sensitive about my little hands. James, don't get pulled over. I sent you that video. But check this out, guys. Empathy is a skill that a lot of us do not possess. And I'm going to say that loud, and I'm going to say it proud all the way from the back of the room so you guys can hear me. Being empathetic is a skill that a lot of people lack. But being highly sensitive is a skill that many don't possess. Okay? So the differences are...
I like her hat.
I know, she's dope. Her name is Cassie.
I got a hat like that.
So this is how you identify. If you identify with most of these statements that I'm about to tell you, you may be an empath, okay? Are you often told that you're a sensitive or an introvert? Do you ever feel drained by large groups of people? Do you struggle with anxiety? Do you prefer more intimate group settings rather than a large mass quantity of people? Do you ever find yourself saying, I don't have a lot of friends, but I'm very close with the friends that I do have? Is your body sensitive to medication and or caffeine? Do you find yourself absorbing the emotions of others easily? Do you often get hunches about people before even speaking to them? Loud sounds, bright lights, strong scents agitate me. It takes a long time to recover from spending time with large groups of people or people that require a lot of your energy. Do you consider yourself clairsentient? Okay. Strangers find themselves opening up to me often. I tend to attract the same kinds of partners that aren't healthy for me. I consider myself to be intuitive. Okay. If you answered any of those questions or I said them and you were like, oh my God, that's me. Okay. You might be an empath. All right. Is that like mediums see or experience? Most mediums or psychics identify with one or the other or both. So I'm going to answer that question with a yes.
That's a good question, Brian. There's a difference between the two. I'm not sure if you know, and please don't think I'm calling you dumb or anything, but there's a difference between the two. A lot of people confuse the two, and we're going to get into that in just a minute.
Yep. It took many years to find a happy medium because I used to either be wide open or totally closed off. Many years of practice, and I take it to the center point of my intuition. And if things are going well, I'll leave it at that. But if things start to shift and I get overwhelmed, I shut the door fast. Grand time, yes, but just to 3 of those things. And Kim raised her hand and James said, you just described Kim. Kim is an empath, okay? The term empath is often used in the spiritual community, whereas a highly sensitive person is more of a clinical term that's used by therapists or counselors. I want to make that very clear, guys. Their meanings overlap in a lot of places, but they also have a lot of differences. The primary difference between being an empath and an HSP is, again, like I said, HSPs don't absorb the thoughts and emotions and don't get the same hunches that empaths do. Empaths fall into a category of HSP, but not all HSPs are empaths. I want to also make that very clear. So you could be an empath and a highly sensitive person, but you cannot be a highly sensitive person and an empath. I know that doesn't make sense, but it does. Empaths are highly sensitive people with the ability to absorb or feel emotion. All right. So, undiscovered empaths are people that aren't in tune with their empath abilities, often find themselves extremely exhausted and anxious. You might want to dig into some tools to get in tune or in line with your empathetic abilities, because you are an easy target for energy. They're called energy vampires, or like energy period. Okay. You're also an easy target for a lot of unhealthy relationships outside of the paranormal world, guys. So definitely go down the rabbit hole, look up some tools for your empathetic abilities. There is, techniques for turning your energy absorbing abilities off. There's techniques on how to better navigate the world with your sensitivities in mind. This world is full of energy. The good news is you can help people more easily because you understand them. You are always motivated to bring more light into this world because you also feel pain. You will excel in life as a healer, and you are more connected to the spirit realm. You're intuitive by nature. You can easily hone into your psychic gifts, and you're an excellent listener. So being an empath does come with its challenges, guys, but once you learn how to actually cultivate your abilities, this is indeed probably the most amazing gift to have. It really is. Verona said 7 of the list I relate to. Howie said they can if they have a spiritual walkthrough and they need to receive the same as the empath because his direct contact influenced by spirit or entity. Lonnie MFN Day. What up?
Mr. Soul Tone is in the house.
Yes.
My brother.
Thank you, Howie. Thank you. Because instead of being harassed, I'm being blessed by Howie. Ronnie, I don't agree with that. Not one inkling of a bit. And I'm not even going to read that comment because I don't agree with it. I do not find you to be pathetic. I find you to be very knowledgeable. And although you troll me and I want to throat chop you half of the time, you are very, very, very intuitive. And you may just so have some of those traits.
Ronnie's also a good listener, very knowledgeable.
Yes. Brian Elder said, Soul Tone.
Soul Tone.
We miss you, Lonnie. Come back.
Lonnie, come back.
Emily. Hi, honey.
Emily.
My cousin Emily Warner with Lost Souls PIs in the house, guys.
A.K.A. Helga. A.K.A. Lizzie Borden.
What? Emily, he now has a new nickname for you. I'll call you later about it. All right. But guys, before I turn it over to Sean, who is just, I know, itching to tear up this entire subject, there are 6 types of empaths.
B-U.
Okay.
A-Y-A-G.
Dude, I'm not even going there. Bulgogi. There's an emotional empath. That is the most common type of empath, guys. You easily pick up on or take on the emotions of others. Very simple. If a friend or family member is upset or sad, you may find yourself upset or sad too. You're susceptible to narcissists, and again, those energy vampires, and you may feel particularly exhausted around these people.
That's another word I hate is narcissist. I hate that word.
There is a physical empath. Similar to emotional, but this kind of empath deals with physical symptoms. They're able to pick up physical symptoms of other people and absorb them into their own bodies. These empaths have to be very careful because they aren't being martyrs and taking on other people's pain. All right. Not only can a physical empath feel symptoms themselves, but they also might be able to see where someone is experiencing a symptom. Really good exercise for a physical empath would be breathing exercises, guys. Then you have intuitive empaths. You have a very strong intuition. You may pick up what other people are feeling, thinking, take on negative energy in a room, feel negative energy in a room. It's important for an intuitive empath to have ways of avoiding taking on toxic energy. All right. This is sometimes referred to as claircognizance, where the person is almost physically attuned to others with just a simple look. And I personally possess some of the intuitive empath qualities, but I don't consider myself to be an empath, guys. I think that I'll get into that in a second. Okay. Mom, this one's for you. Okay. This one's for Mama D. There is such thing, guys, as a plant empath. Plant empaths are those who are attuned to the needs of their plants. They make excellent gardeners, landscapers. They know intuitively exactly what a plant needs, giving them quite the green thumb, guys. Of course, they love to be around plants, especially those that they can tend to, such as house plants. Luckily for them, you don't have to worry so much about taking on negative energy from plants. In fact, plant empaths do well to spend intentional time with your own house plants, allowing the energy exchange to be mutually beneficial. Very, very, very healthy and healing. Okay. Then you have an animal empath. Yes, I'm staring at you. Okay. You guessed it. Animal empaths pick up on the needs and feelings of animals. It may feel somewhat like a telepathic connection. A lot of these people, and I actually dug into this a little bit, guys. A lot of these people like to give their dogs or imagine if their dogs are speaking to them or have voices, things like that. They're inclined to go into work with animals or have animals in which they're able to directly devote their time caring for said animal. Okay. You already know what it's like being around and helping animals. This brings you pure joy. All right. If you don't have a job with animals, you can take on hobbies like bird watching. You could also practice a lot of energy healing, Reiki, etc. Then you have an earth empath. Okay. This is the last and final empath. The earth empath feels a very deep connection to the earth. Think of this trait as a macro level of being a plant empath, where plant empaths are tuned to individual plants. Earth empaths are tuned to all of nature as a whole and the earth at large. They have strongly affected, they're strongly affected energetically by natural disasters, weather, the environment being harmed, things like that. They feel most at peace when they're barefooted, when they're in water, they're grounding, things like that. So whichever trait sounds most like you, that's a good inclination of which kind of empath you might be. They aren't mutually exclusive, guys. You could be an intuitive and an animal empath, an emotional or a physical, and an earth, or you could have a complete combination of all six. But the more you strengthen and develop your own intuition, the more you'll be able to pick up on your own instincts and insights and work on your gift. So, for you guys out here that this has resonated with, the empaths, it's important to get in touch with yourself, be able to recognize what is and isn't your own, and know when it's time to recharge. How this is tied into the paranormal world, guys, is this. Okay. We go into a location, whether you're highly sensitive, whether you're empathetic, whatever you want to categorize yourself as, you need to know when, where, and how to set those boundaries. Okay. Because you can literally absorb energy. And what happens with energy?
It cannot be created or destroyed.
Lost or destroyed, right? So therefore, if you absorb it all and you don't rid yourself and have those boundaries, guys, guess where that energy goes when you leave a haunted location? With you. So it is very important that we protect ourselves, guys. Let's see. What is Lonnie? Why are you just cussing? All right. Howie, I was about to say, Courtney, Ronnie is very good on his intuitiveness, his ability to hunt and track, to look for the true answer to a situation. Exactly. Very intuitive. Emily Catherine Warner, we missed you at Enigma Cons. Emily said, I'm an emotional empath. The intuitive empath also exerts presence, which means their presence makes a difference when they walk into a room or an event. They affect the areas around them. I love that. Have you ever been told that you light up a room when you walk in it? You might just so be an intuitive empath. Okay. I can read a room like nobody's business. I know who to avoid straight away. Hi, welcome, Martin. Good evidence from a sensitive, or good evening from a sensitive from England. Love, light, and peace. Yes, Martin. Hello, all the way from Virginia. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you.
Thanks for coming in. Thank you.
I will make it to England one day. This is literally on my bucket list. You guys, the UK has all the good paranormal hotspots, guys. Yes, plants are spiritual. They speak to us. So, Lonnie, you may be an animal empath. James said Kim is a plant demon. Lonnie said, tell Sean to stop grunting. Yeah, you can have a combination of both, guys. Lois Clark, welcome in. Welcome in. If you feel you are sensitive here in Virginia, you can take the time to be tested at ARE, Edgar Cayce Institute in Virginia Beach. So there's a whole entire place you can go, guys, and get like actual clinical evidence that you are a highly sensitive person. Brian, don't think I'm crazy, but I have vivid dreams about my grandfather all my life. He was killed running moonshine when my grandmother was pregnant with Mama. She never knew him. He may be channeling me. That's what got me interested in this. That's actually cool. Oh my God. I got to skip a couple comments because it's Leah with the big pink hand.
Leah.
I haven't seen you in forever. How are you? How are you? Brian, I think that's really cool. I was listening to something yesterday about loved ones that visit us in our dreams. Definitely think it's worth going down the rabbit hole. If you get on our YouTube channel, I did an entire segment on dream interpretation and what loved ones visiting us in our dreams may mean to you. But to do you one better, Brian, next Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, she's going to be a little bit late, guys, but we are welcoming to our podcast Sin Schrader Hill. If you do not know who she is, guys, she is an author of Signs from Beyond. This book is available on Amazon, and it is literally real life ghost stories and how to tell if your loved ones are actually with you or not, signs that they may be giving you. One thing I came home, I froze about was for the last 3 days, I've been finding random coins all over the place. I don't know who's here. I make it a very big point not to investigate my house, even if I think it may be a loved one. But I acknowledged, I said hello to whoever was here, and I kept it moving. So, yeah. Emily, it's hard to take on emotions and feelings that aren't your own. Very hard. Very, very hard. I remember at Fairy Plantation when we got that shadow, I was feeling like it was a little girl who missed her parents and lonely, and it made me cry. Chad, you're not the only one to start crying in that room.
Yeah.
Naya had a full-on breakdown, and when I asked her what was wrong mid-sentence, she just said she felt like she was in trouble. Like she shouldn't be awake or something, like she was getting scolded. Amber, what's up, Amber with Long Branch Saloon?
What's up,
I
Amber?
suck at reading people, but nature brings me such peace. And you may be a nature empath. That might be your jam. And I love that for you. Sean will tell you, he absolutely hates the beach, guys. Hates it. I'm a Gemini, so this makes 0 sense, but perfect sense, all in one sentence.
And I'm a crab.
Okay. Sean hates the beach. I'm an air sign. I function better right when I get to the beach. I go barefooted straight out and stick my feet in the ocean, and it's like 1,000,000 pounds is lifted off of my shoulders. That is the most peace that I have ever felt in my entire existence, is just ankle deep in a body of water, especially the ocean. Okay. I'm pretty sure Emily and I are sisters from another mister. Very possible. Amber, don't feel bad. I have a sense of presence and energy, and I just flat out ignored it. Sometimes I just don't know why. I just do. But what about tech empaths, the type that can use tech to pick up on people across the world? I don't know if that would be considered empath, Robert. I think you guys are just a highly skilled scientists. That's what I'm going to call you guys. Martin said, I've been doing paranormal for over 40 years and built up the knowledge to let things go as the energy that you collect bleeds to the things around you. So I think that's fantastic advice, guys. As I just said, when you are working on getting more in tune with your sensitivity, with your empath abilities, it is 100% crucial that you build that knowledge to break that or put up that barrier, put up that boundary, and only allow in what you allow in, and have the knowledge to be able to cleanse if you do happen to absorb something. Excellent advice.
Yeah, that was good.
I'm good so far. It's been a while. Time goes so fast. I don't have enough of it to go around. Leah, I am struggling with the same exact thing right now. Yeah, you're welcome, Brian. She is a wealth of knowledge. She's going to be on a little bit late next Tuesday, guys, but she will be on. She is teaching a class and will be on with us right around about 8:15. So, yes. Even more so in the mountains. See, and I love that. I love a nature empath. That is somebody who can ground themselves very quickly. Very, very quickly. Leah said, I'm a fire sign. Ooh, feisty. Fire sign.
Ooh.
Lois, I'm a Cancer. Sun, Leo, moon, rising. I love water and sun. What happened to you? You hate the water and hate the sun. You must be. When is your birthday, Lois? When is your? I gotta know. If I had to guess, you guys are on opposite ends of the Cancer spectrum. Leah said her personality describes her as an empath.
I did like the beach at one time.
And she's a Sagittarius.
I like the beach at one time. But what happens when I go to the beach and get in the water?
Here we go.
It's the stuff in the water I don't like.
Sean claims.
It's not that I claim.
He claims.
You were there when it happened.
Every time he gets in the water, guys. Every time. There's not one time that goes by that Sean doesn't get stung by a jellyfish. Almost 16 years, guys, I've only witnessed something odd.
It wasn't something odd.
One time, I did not see.
It wasn't.
Lois is right by you. You guys are on the same end of the spectrum.
I'm July 11th. 7-11.
So you were a broken model.
I spent a lot of time in the ocean. But you were there when I got stung by a jellyfish.
All I know, guys.
And all you offered to do to help me was pee on me. Look.
That's what Google says.
You know, I like R. Kelly's music. But that don't mean that I need you to turn around and try to pee on me. That's not cool.
Guys, all I'm saying
I don't get down like that.
Sean was in the water. He seemed to be enjoying himself. All of a sudden caused mass panic at a public beach, screamed out of the water. People were running for their lives because in horror movies, what happens? There's a shark coming. Sean screaming, he runs up to me. He does have a couple spots on the top of his foot that were bleeding. They were like two little spots. It
won't two little spots.
He screamed that he got stung by a jellyfish. I said,
and it won't
put your foot right here and let me pee on you.
And it wasn't a scream. It won't like it won't like that.
Emily, we've heard you scream like that.
It was not like a high pitched scream. It was like somebody help!
My God,
somebody help! And I saw this bastard just floating around, looking at me like, yeah,
you got too close.
Like, yeah, I got you. Yeah,
I'm the water carrier Aquarius, and water is okay.
You swim around with your big ass. I got you.
Martin said there's a lot of people that don't realize they have no idea they are energy vampires, and even in the paranormal world. Let's talk about that.
Energy vampires. I love that word.
Energy vampires are those that suck your energy dry, guys.
Oh, man.
They literally take your soul, or attempt to, if you let them. Okay. But the last part of that was even in the para world. Why, guys? Why do we even have any energy sucking vampires in the paranormal world? Guys, at the end of the day, we are all going for the same goal.
We all do the same shit, the same stuff.
We're trying to prove there's
life.
I'm
trying to watch my mouth, y'all. I'm trying to get better with cursing on here. We do the same stuff. Like, I've investigated a lot of people. We all try to have a good time, except for some people are real serious. I would be a serious investigator, but I noticed that the more fun I have, the better evidence I collect. But we all do the same thing. We're all going out here trying to find evidence of the unknown. And so I don't understand what this deal is in the paranormal world. It's funny that Martin brought that up. Why is there drama in the paranormal world? Why?
Why, guys?
What is it that you think you're going to get that?
I don't have time for it. Guys, I got garlic and whatever else I need for the energy vampires. I'm ready for y'all.
No, it was funny the time Courtney tried to get the demon out of me, though. James Brady was with us, and Kim. remember when I was getting possessed in the basement?
Oh my God!
Courtney went, "Shut in La Punda, leave him alone. Leave him alone. You cannot affect him." She shook me. Get off of him. Leave him alone.
Oh,
shut in La Punda.
What?
Bun squalid.
I was getting ready to call Alan May. Alan, this man almost needed an exorcism.
I got the coughing real bad.
Y'all, we ain't got no sense.
Oh, man.
But yes, Kim and James were.
It
was not that dramatic.
It was. But I tell you, y'all, I had a blast investigating with Kim and James. I mean, Kim and James. Kim and James.
Guys,
oh man,
I like you, Martin. I like you, and
yeah.
I see your comment down below. I'm gonna get to that. Sean's gonna get to that because he loves to talk about that. Martin said, "I take peace from every aspect of planet and other realms. It's all a matter of perspective and taking in the beauty and positivity." I love this.
Absolutely,
I love this. Alan May, Bedford Paranormal.
Alan, tip my hat to that.
I have good friends that are energy vampires. Then they're not good friends.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna say it. They might be friends.
Well, no, that's not true. That is not true. We're gonna hold on that comment right there for a second. James Brady said, "I have good friends that are energy vampires. Nobody on here, in case you're wondering." So you can have good friends, and this was a message that I talked about. And if you are on our TikTok, you know that every Sunday, except last Sunday, we took a break. But every Sunday, I do an affirmation. And what I basically do is take my life experiences or downfalls, and I use them to uplift people in the regular world, because most of those people will never meet me, never see me ever, unless they come to some major event or something. They'll never see me. But so I try to uplift not only the paranormal community, but the real community. And so when James said, "You have good friends," there's people that when you look at that phone call and you roll your eyes like, "Damn, why are you calling me?" Those could be your best friends. And sometimes you do have to walk away from certain people for a little while. Sometimes even family members, you have to walk away. My mother and I speak about this quite often, that there's some family members who will call you, and no matter how much you love them or close to them, "Hey, you good? I'm in the middle of something." You could be just sitting on the toilet. You could be watching your TV show. You could be doing nothing at all. But check to make sure they're okay, because you don't want to miss that phone call where someone needs you. But sometimes those vampire friends of yours,
vampire friends, energy vampire.
Sorry, I didn't get the word right. Martin, please forgive me. I misused your word here. But those friends who will suck that energy out of you, sometimes you do got to just make sure they're okay, because we don't want that bad phone call to come through. So you make sure they're good. Just say, "Hey, I'll call you back when I get a chance," and hang up the phone, because we have to protect our energy first.
Amen.
And especially if you're an investigator out here, we can't go into these investigations with anything affecting our energy, because we have no clue what in the hell we're dealing with out here. So that's a good point, James. We can have good friends who will suck the energy out of us. Ignore the phone. Ignore it.
And this is where I said you would probably want to talk to. He does believe that a lot of it comes from people's egos in the para world. That's where the energy vampires in the para world come from.
So that is something that I'm not going to spend a lot of time on tonight, because we're having probably one of the best comment sections that we had in a while. But we always have a good one with this group. But I will say that the egos in the paranormal world floor me. Now, Brian Elder's in here, Ronnie Anderson. You know, I've hung out with many celebrities, many famous people. I've done all kind of crazy things in my day. I never understood how paranormal people are famous. I don't, and yes, I'm shitting on and shooting down paranormal people right now.
Everybody's famous in a small town.
I don't understand how paranormal people have egos. I don't care who you are. I don't understand how paranormal people have egos. I don't give a damn what television show you've been on, what event you hold and draw people to. And I don't care who's watching or listening. You can call your friend and tell them I said it. You're not famous in the paranormal world. I'm sorry. I don't know. And I don't know how you're getting famous. Paranormal's not on TV anymore that I know of.
It's on YouTube.
It's on you. You're on YouTube now. Or Amazon streaming, which anybody can be on. So those of you who are idolizing paranormal people, because Howie said it best to me, we as the consumer make paranormal people famous. Anybody can be on Amazon. I have a friend right now who's a normal guy, just like me and you. He does lawn care for a living, who just released a movie on Amazon. So anybody can be on Amazon streaming or Netflix. All you have to do is just release it and pay the fee for it. So I don't understand why we make paranormal people famous and then idolize them as their celebrities. These egos in the paranormal field need to go the hell on somewhere, because it does not make the field look good. We run to these paracons and pay these guys all this money to take all these pictures with them and then treat these guys like they're a huge celebrity. They're not. The celebrities are sitting right here in the chat right now. We all should be treating each other that way and run the paranormal field. We shouldn't be putting nobody on no damn pedestal. They are regular people. Most of them go back to a full-time job every week. They show up to these events and charge people 50 and 60 bucks a picture. Stop it. There should be no egos in this field. We need to kill the egos. And stop it with these huge events and giving these. I guarantee you, we stopped taking all these big pictures with these people and treated them like they were just regular people like we are. Our field would skyrocket. They would become somebody sitting in this chat right here. And the field would grow even further than where we are now. Brian Elder has played on many stages with huge name musicians who you can't just walk up to an event to and shake their hand and speak to. I've played on stages with many people you can't just walk up to an event to. Who cares? We're in this field to find a picture of a ghost or get that EVP. So egos need to go.
And speaking of Sin Schrader Hill, guys, she commented in here, preach. If you don't,
that's the celebrity I want to meet right there.
we will have her next.
Sin Schrader Hill, I'll fangirl over you though. But she doesn't have an ego. But her writing is incredible, y'all. And
we're going to talk about it next Tuesday with her.
Yeah, we're bringing her on the show. That's somebody who, she has a book out on Amazon, by the way.
She has multiple books out.
Multiple books. I'm sorry, but that one book you got is bomb, man.
Signs from Beyond.
It's the bomb, man. And I feel like people need to take time and read that book. And I'm pretty sure you can get it on Speechify as well, right?
I'm not sure. It should be on Speechify. Most things are on Speechify.
Yeah. So I mean, take your time and go check her out. Those are the type of people right there I'd rather meet and talk to. Just saying.
So Martin said, as I say, people that are ignorant don't realize they actually suck your energy. Some people just go oblivious through their life like that.
Yeah.
I'm not having any understanding of how these things can affect themselves and you. Good point.
You're killing it, Martin.
I like this guy.
I don't know where you came from.
I'm going to England to meet Martin.
Keep going.
Brian, I've been with Sean at the top of music. I also called him during one of the worst times in my life. He gave me tough love. He's not a bullshitter. You can take all that to the bank.
Those of y'all don't know Brian. Brian is like, I call him my big little brother. The only reason why he's my big brother is because he's older than me. But me and
Grand Time, you're so sweet. You don't have to idolize us, though. We're friends. Pair fam.
Hey, Grand Time. Much appreciated.
Yes. Oh, I got Sean to make a heart, guys. Did you see that on live?
I've only done this one other time. That was on stage. That was on stage one time.
We got to make a heart. There. Chad said ufologists are the same way.
I believe it, Chad. And Chad, we got to talk to you this week. I haven't forgot about you.
Said whenever you decide to run for some office, you've got my vote.
You know, I would.
But no fangirling.
People have told me that I should run for office. I've done too much dirt in my younger years. People would be talking about all kind of stuff that I did back in the day, back in my younger days, you know.
Alan said when you help to host a conference, you get to see the real drama that people try to hide from the public, but you also get to see the real honestly great people as well. I want to say that one more time. When you help to host a conference, you get to see the real drama that people try to hide from the public.
That's a good point, Alan. I love that, Alan. I'm glad you threw that out there.
Okay. You also get to see the real, honestly great people as well. I agree.
So basically, Alan's saying when you host a conference, you see the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Well, damn. Control your joy around egomaniacs. Sin said all of hers are on Audible, Kindle, and paperback.
There you have it. Y'all go check her out. Her stuff is actually really good.
Ronnie, the field needs more modest leaders and not a bunch of followers. I agree.
And that's the key. And the leaders in this field actually need to take the time and pull.
Ooh, Chad's got some tea. Chad's got tea.
Chad is one of those people who probably does have a lot of dirt on me. Chad has known me since middle school. So, yeah, he probably can tell you some stories about me back in the day. Yeah, I was terrible.
Chad, I'm going to call you later.
I told you, man, I was horrible.
But, guys, as I said earlier, sensitives and empaths, this word, the reason that I did this topic, and I know I've got about 10 minutes left, and everybody has Grand Time said, what will $50 get me, Chad?
Grand Time, you really don't want to know about me back in the day.
Hey, I'll throw in another 50 and match Grand Time.
I've only been good for the last 10 years. So most of y'all don't know me from 10 years ago. I've only been good for about 10 years.
I do. Martin, same way in my own opinion, I don't believe there are any experts, only more experienced and educated.
You and Ronnie Anderson would get along good on that comment, Martin.
Boom. Martin,
and
perfect.
Yes, you're right.
Perfect.
That's what kills me about a lot of this stuff that we're reading about, and especially when it comes to this topic we're talking about today. But I'm not going to speak on it yet. I'll let you finish what you're saying.
Well, I was just going to say, I like Martin's comments because Sean and I have a combined experience of 20 years, guys. Martin just said earlier he's got 40 years. I'm learning things right now as we speak from Martin. I learn things from Ronnie. I learn things every time I step into this field with somebody more experienced, somebody more educated than I.
People with less experience.
People with less experience. I was just about to throw that out. I have learned investigative techniques from people who have never paranormal investigated a day in their life and came out just to see what it's all about. I've learned from people who call us because they're having a haunting in their location and we go out and they're like, what if we try this? And we try it and it works. I learn every day. If you are so close-minded that you don't think that every single day you continue to learn, something's wrong with you. Something is seriously wrong with you. I learn every day in every aspect of my life, not just the paranormal world. Guys, I'm always learning. That's what keeps you, that's what keeps you feeling young at the end of the day. Because let's face it, I don't think I've spoke to anybody in here that's a spring chicken. So, and I love that because what that brings is wisdom and knowledge to the field and to everyday life. Martin said, I try and learn one thing a day, no matter if it's from my own life or something else. And that's it. Ronnie said 20 plus years still learning. Sin, we're all still learning. That's what's fun. Exactly. If we knew everything right now, guys, about the paranormal world, would you still go out and investigate? Ask yourself that question. If you got all the answers in one investigation that you ever wanted, would you go back a second time? The answer is probably no. But because each time we go, there's something new that we're learning and something different that we're experiencing, we continue to go back on and on and on. But the reason that we brought this topic of sensitive and empaths up, guys, is because, and this is not a shot at anybody, okay? I gave you the knowledge to find out if you yourself was an empath or a highly sensitive person. But I wanted to be very clear. Highly sensitive people, that is a clinical thing, guys. Most of us are empaths. An empath can be a highly sensitive person, again, but a highly sensitive person cannot be an empath.
Says who?
So, says science. But the reason that I'm bringing this up is because these two words I find in this field are very overused. And I wanted to come on here and give everybody the actual knowledge of the difference between the two so that maybe they can pass this knowledge on to somebody else. There are a lot of people I know too that are skeptical investigators. I myself being one. Okay. I don't use the word empath because it is so widely overused that I just Don't go put that out there. But I've talked on this podcast before. If energy shifts in a location to the negative side of things, I will be the first one in there to feel it. But if I walk into a positive energy field, I'm not more I'm less susceptible, I guess, so to speak, to feel that, as opposed to, say, a negative or tragic or horrific energy that happened there. So I just want everybody to be knowledgeable on these subjects in hopes to help other people maybe even get in tune with their empath abilities. And then I wanted to, of course, make sure that every one of us is protected when we're doing this, because empaths are highly susceptible. There are no experts in this field. We are all students, and every day is learning. Perfectly said. Ronnie knows I see YouTube videos of 10-year-old kids ripping a Stratocaster. Hey, I watched one of a drummer the other day. Like, these kids are killing it in the music industry. And Martin, thank you for interacting. You said thanks to us, but ultimately thanks to you for interacting with us and sharing your 40 years of knowledge here in our chat and taking time all the way from England to chat with us. We hope to see you back. We are live here every Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we will have author Sin Schrader Hill on our show next week. He said your vibration is in tune to what it finds, but you can tune and heighten yourself. Absolutely.
Yeah.
James, is being able to feel pain from spirits empathetic or just sensitive? That would be an empath ability. It's like you just know when you walk in somewhere. Correct. What's up, Revered Wolf VIP? I like your little picture.
The dragon.
Yeah, I like that. I like the wings on it.
Yeah.
Welcome in.
Yeah, we picked this topic. Let's see, Daryl. There are people out there that are taking advantage of the talent and do more harm to the field than good. They try to deceive people either for fame or money. Not talking about anyone in the chat. So that's exactly why we had this show tonight. There's a lot of that going on. You'd be surprised that everyone we meet, their first thing they start off by saying is, "Hi, my name is Joe. I'm an empath," or "My name's Joe. I'm a psychic," or "My name is Joe. I'm this." And I'm like, why can't you just say how? Why can't you just say how my name is Joe? like why do you have to tell me what you are and introduce me as what your skills and talents and stuff is? You know, I get it. Everybody wants to have a title in this field. Everybody wants to have a certain be known for what they can do. Just do what you do. If you can feel the energy and feel this, or you're sensitive to what, why do you have to announce that?
This is true, Alan.
And I'm not sending a shot at anybody in the comments. This is a safe space for you to talk about what you go through, what you have.
Absolutely.
Because maybe by talking about it enough, somebody in the chat or myself or Courtney can help you with it. I'm not, so this isn't directed at anybody here, but y'all know what I'm talking about. When you bring up a paranormal conversation, somebody has to put that title on themselves to feel entitled. And half the time, it's people like that ruin the field. Because when people start saying, "Oh yeah, what does empath mean?" and they can't tell you what it means or give you the correct definition of what it means, and again, that's what hurts the field, because now they're talking out the side of their head and they look dumb. Because what's the first thing people do nowadays when you tell them something? They fact check you, and when they fact check you and they realize that everything you just told them was a bunch of shit, then now you look dumb, and you just made the field look dumb, because everybody's going to not say that Joe was an idiot. They're going to say all those paranormal guys are just dumb. So you have to be factual in what you do and what you say out here. Now, as far as the psychic mediums and all that stuff go, I don't like putting everyone in a box, because, and Martin says, I think personally it's good to have a positive ego, and as long as it's not affecting others around you. I agree with that.
And you just talked about how some competition is good competition.
Some competition out here is good competition, and I'll touch on that in just a second. But I don't like putting everyone in a box. I don't like saying all mediums are fake or all psychics are fake and this, that, and the third. I don't like saying that specifically, but what I will say in this particular field, when everybody's coming to you saying that they're a medium or a psychic and they can't produce on that. If you are a medium and you're portraying yourself and you're claiming that you're a medium, and you, well, Brian, I've known you for many years now, and I'm just now finding out about this about you. So I believe everything you're saying. But if you're saying you have that ability, be able to back that ability up, and that's all I'm going to say about that. If you're claiming that you have an ability or anything like that, be able to produce it. And I'm not saying you have anything to prove, but if you're claiming it, at least be able to do whatever it is you claim. If you're a medium, and that's what the gift that you're saying and you're going out here putting out there to everybody, then when you get an investigation and you have seasoned investigators with you, then everything that you do should be able to back up the EVP, should be able to back up the history of that location. If you tell me you're a medium and I take you to the Sandusky house and you start talking about modern things that's going on that has nothing to do with what actually happened there, I'm gonna start looking at you sideways. I'm just telling you. I'm gonna look at you sideways, and my tongue's gotten a little looser since I gotten older, and I start. I don't hold it as much as I used to, but yeah, positive. What was?
I'm gonna go up here because there's a whole series for you to address.
Okay.
But I wanted to go right here. Martin said, I think people who charge to be a medium extort prices. There's only one reason they're there, and that's. I do think that holding conventions in which maybe tickets are sold would be okay. But, if somebody's coming to you with a genuine concern or longing for a connection, I think at that point you need to question your integrity as a person. And then at that point, maybe get in tune with your empath side and say to yourself, okay, like I really do want to help this person. But no, Revered Wolf, I'm getting to it right now. It's a whole series. Sean's gonna start here.
You're good, Revered Wolf. You're good. We in this chat we try to address everybody. But you're good. We enjoy the fact that you're talking a lot. But I do want to touch on mediums charging. Some of you may agree, some may disagree, but saying a medium shouldn't charge is like saying a mechanic who can fix Teslas shouldn't charge to fix a Tesla. And I'm going to elaborate on that a little bit further. I had a medium who charges everybody to read stuff. She makes a decent living charging people to read stuff. When I needed her for something, she did not charge me. And we're not great friends. We don't speak every day. She knows who I am, but she did not charge me when she and I had a conversation. And there was a time in my life where I did have some questions and kind of needed comfort. And we just happened to cross paths. And I will say the stuff she told me she shouldn't have known. And this was not stuff that I put out there on the internet. This was not stuff she had no clue about me knowing. And she was able to answer a lot of questions for me and actually bring a lot of ease to myself and my family. So whatever skill that she claims she has, I'm more likely to believe in her ability. But she did not charge me 1 cent, 1 dime, and I've asked her several questions since then. She has not charged me for doing that. However, if you go walk up to her at a Paracon or contact her on a business level, she will charge you for that, and I don't disagree with that. So, but like I said, I've heard about her helping other people without charging as well when they were in need. So I can't say that all mediums who charge are bad. However, if you have a trade or a skill and that's how you make a living, I don't disagree with that. That's just my opinion, though. Everybody has a right to opinion, and we're honest on our show. So
we're going to wrap it up with Revered. Sean, I'm going to read his whole series and then have you address it, okay?
Oh, God.
Revered Wolf says, when your body dies, those energies are detected later by paranormal and mediums using electromagnetic field detectors, electromagnetic radiation detectors, EVP capture frequencies, etc. Tesla even said, when you think of the universe, I think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. These are the events that occur when you investigate a paranormal location. Let's see, hold on. It's atmospheric energy energetic, which means it's in all living things and also as a liquid substance that we consume. We are all potential mediums. A medium is simply a device through which frequencies can be transmitted. Like a radio, you convey the message verbally or physically. Okay. He then goes on to say, I apologize for talking so much. I've been studying this for the last 40 years before it became a hobby for thrill seekers who dabble.
I mean, I agree with that. Tesla's one of my favorite paranormal investigators. His battle with Edison, I love studying that as well. And I don't disagree with that. I think there's a lot to that. But yeah, I do think that. I wish you had gotten here earlier so we could go back and forth on that a little bit more. But I do believe that. I believe that when you pass away, that your energy is out there. And it could be in more places than just out in the atmosphere. It could be in the trees or in the water or wherever else that's out there. So yeah, I do believe that. Many moons ago, no pain intended. I worked with Pennsylvania State University Paranormal Research Society. We used to have a show called Paranormal State.
Awesome. Welcome to the show. Welcome. I love knowledge, guys. I love knowledge. Please keep commenting. I don't want anybody to ever feel like they owe us an apology for making a comment.
Especially if you're talking in the chat. We love people who talk in the chat.
Right. Or sharing your knowledge, because there's somebody in here, Revered, that may not have known that. So you could be educating people.
Or educating us.
Right.
We learn from y'all too.
James said, I think we're all unique. And we're going to kind of wrap this up, guys. We've gone over. But I think we're all unique. And if we are able to do a controlled paranormal experiment, and we were able to go through the same scenario one at a time, each of us would all have different result at the end. We are all valuable when we share our experiences. Bingo.
And we proved that when we investigated with James.
Thank you, Martin, for tuning in.
Thank you, Martin. You definitely added to the show. Appreciate it.
Ether is atmospheric. Ether is sentence frequency and electricity. Ethanol, let's look with substance that can be infused with electrical current or frequency like a battery and then retain it. That's why they use electricity to bring you back to life when you die. They need to introduce a spark. Good point.
Yeah.
Very good point. Right there.
Good night, Alan.
Good night. Thank you for tuning in.
Later this week.
Hope to see you Friday. But yeah, guys, so we had a lot of great knowledge that was brought to this chat. A lot of great topics, great points. I absolutely love that. I love that. I love that everybody engaged tonight and brought their 2 cents to the table, because now we're all rich with a whole wealth of knowledge, guys. And that's what this podcast is about.
Yeah, good stuff tonight, y'all.
So Aether as the universal energy Tesla was tapping into. Sean is the Tesla guru.
Love Tesla, y'all.
Okay. But yes, thank you all for tuning in. Again, next Tuesday, 8 p.m., we're going to have a special guest, Sin Schrader Hill, on the show.
I'm excited.
Tune in. We're going to talk about life on the other side, some of the real life ghost stories. And until next Tuesday at 8 p.m., guys, I'm Courtney.
I'm Sean.
And we're going to see you on the other side.